Ritorno a casa, missione completata, ok. E questo va bene. Missione sviata, risveglio. Guarda la barra della mia forza come va. Cazzarola. Ho sbagliato tasto, ragazzi. E dove sto vagando qua? Risveglio.
Necak, mi vuoi dictare?
Mamma mia. Forse sono riuscito a svegliarmi. L'icona che c'era in alto, le due spade incrociate sotto alla bussola, quello indicava che forse eravamo inseguiti, eravamo attaccati. Ah, sto rivivendo quella cosa lì, tutto mescolato.
Henry, there's work to be done.
Abbastanza inquietante, eh?
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
Teresa è quella che deve aver diventato in teoria.
Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back.
Recuperiamo le forze. Dopo ore e giorni di delirio. Noi, tra l'altro.
You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
Come mi hai trovato?
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
Cosa facevi a Scalica?
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Poi Scalitz.
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines.
After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Adesso. Stanno cercando me, ovviamente.
Searching for me?
Io sono
Yes.
soldati.
Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzig he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea.
Sono stanco, ho appena dormito 3 giorni.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak.
Tempo dopo. Generico.
Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humor back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
Ho riposato abbastanza. Dove sono?
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Ratay Mill. My uncle's miller Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
Dai,
I've
ho
been lying
riposato
here long
abbastanza.
enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed
Forse un
than an
dormiglione.
eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Ok. Ragazzi, mangiamo qualcosa.
Hey, youngster, come here. A word with you, young fellow.
Sì. Fammi mangiare però. Devo recuperare la spada di mio padre e trovare l'uomo che ha guidato l'assalto. La scarica, ok. Dov'è il mugnaio? No, non posso prendere tutto. Sì, è tutto mio. Dov'è? Cerchiamo il mugnaio, devo parlare col mugnaio.
Be a bit more.
Mi chiude dentro? Non è che sia proprio il massimo. A questo punto direi che possiamo andare fuori e parlare col mugnaio. Per la giornata, vediamo un po' la mappa. Ma prima ho il mugnaio da andare a vedere, ragazzi. Il buon ladrone. Devo parlare con Page, il mugnaio. Il tempo trascorso durante la mia convalescenza. È una missione secondaria, ma dobbiamo farla. Dai, parliamo col mugnaio, su. Mostra, va bene. Ok. Vabbè. Andiamo a cercare il mugnaio. Che forse è qui, o forse no. Ma non è qua. Eccolo qua il mugnaio. Dai.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Di cosa avete bisogno?
What would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else.
Oh mamma mia.
And not get caught while you're doing it.
Qui finiamo nei guai.
Straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
Dai, voglio sapere di più. Andiamo a metterci nei guai, infogniamoci.
But that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
Cazzarola, cosa facciamo, ragazzi? Dai, me ne occuperò, va, è
I
un
think I've
gioco.
already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him.
Okay.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Ciao.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Vediamo se troviamo una vanga qua intorno. Sono seduto sul bagno, eh. Ma che forte il posto qui. C'è una stalla per cavalli questa qua? Mi pare proprio di sì.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Si può anche fare il bagno qua. Qua c'è il cane. E questa cosa ci dice? Vediamo un po'. No, chiudo il dialogo, non mi interessa. A me serve una vanga. Dov'è il mulino? Vediamo un po' se ho perso la strada. Non è tutto qua, ma non possiamo essere ovunque, vabbè.
better not going any further. I might drown.
Se non
Could
sai
do with a bite
nuotare.
to eat.
Dove andiamo qua? Nel cannetto. Che è quasi asciutto. Devo tornare indietro, ok. Io non trovo vanghe qua. Ciao. Forse qua è la casa del mugnaio vero e proprio, vero? Sì, perché lui era là. Vediamo se ha ancora qualcosa da dirci la nostra amica Teresa.
Have you eaten yet?
Not yet.
Well, try to eat something. A big lad like you needs his strength.
Certo, un ragazzone come me.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Cioè, qualcosa mangiamo, va. Su. Cibo. Vediamo un po'. Sì, così va meglio.
Be a bit more careful.
Non mi parli più? Ah, ecco. Ci andrebbe una passeggiata.
What are you up to? How would you like to, I don't know, come for a walk?
A walk? I'd like that very much. But I can't right now, Hal. Give me some time to settle in, will you?
If that's what you want.
It's not you, Hal. It's just this isn't a good time.
I'd like to know... So, how'd you like it in Rattay?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us in our hour of need, but for how much longer? They'll grow tired of us soon enough.
How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Rattay citizens aren't happy the town is full of beggars who don't look like leaving anytime soon.
Do you know anything about those human rapists? About... you know?
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they... well, folk tell awful stories about them. I hope I never see them again.
That's all.
Dai, chiudi il dialogo che andiamo a cercare la vanga. Pure seduto. La porta non si apre. Qui non vedo molte vanghe, quindi... oh, se non trovo la vanga subito, mi sa che vado a fare la missione principale, perché... non che stufato io di star qua. C'è la seconda vanga che cerchiamo, Cioè, parliamo ancora con questo fornaio qui, mugnaio. Vediamo un po'.
Hold the lockpick in your right hand and use it to feel out the tumbler. In your left hand, you hold the blade and use it to turn the whole mechanism at the right moment. It's quite easy. It only takes a bit of practice. Now try poking around in the lock with the pick till you feel the right point where the tumbler is. Got it? Good. Now turn the whole lock with the blade, but don't stop holding the tumbler with the pick. Otherwise, it'll be fucked and you'll have to start all over again. You forced it and broke the lockpick. That crack could be heard in Kuttenberg. You have to watch out for that. An experienced guard will recognize the sound at once.
Non posso provare ancora. Cioè, chiediamo a lui, va?
Hey! Are you serious?
Va, va. Comunque è difficilissimo forzare effettivamente i cosi qua. Me la vanga. Le ombre si allungano, vedete che sta diventando sera. Niente vanghe, eh? Vediamo un po' se c'è un dialogo nuovo oppure no. Ah sì, c'è ancora questo.
Have you got a moment? I'd like to ask a few questions about Skalitz. I don't remember much.
All right. What do you want to know?
How did you get away from those humans?
I thought I was finished, but I grabbed a dagger from one of them and... Wait. How do you know what happened to me?
I fled from the castle. I saw what was happening to you, but there were too many of them, and I didn't know what to do. I knew I couldn't fight them all. I'm so sorry.
I understand. You made the sensible choice.
No, but I wanted to...
You don't need to say any more. Besides, I managed well enough on my own. I cut their throats.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure you are.
How did you get me away from Skalitz?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon, and we harnessed an old nag the bandits had left behind. The soldiers escorted us all the way here. God bless them.
What about the bandits?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who attacked you fled, and Zibishek with him. It won't be safe in Skalitz for a while yet.
Why would Zbyszek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry?
He was always a nasty piece of work. Doesn't surprise me he joined them. If you knew what he did to me.
Tell me.
When those humans, they call them, when the humans came, Zbyszek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He sacrificed me to save his own hide.
That bastard.
È successo alla spada?
Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum took everything, including your horse.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzik. I promised father I'd take it to him.
Non ce l'avevo il cavallo, me la sono fatta a piedi,
Well, you
anche se
can't.
avrei dovuto
Just
rubare
be
il
thankful
cavallo.
you're still alive.
Quindi questa è una pecca di questo gioco. Perché praticamente invece di caricare le immagini dei
They
filmati in
took
real
refuge in
time
Ratay.
sono
And some of the
predisposti già
Ratay folk
prima.
were none too happy about it.
Infatti,
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias? Johanka? Did they make it?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhoyed. Johanka is in Sasau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble they'll be in is of their own making.
What about Sir Radzik?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Ratay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzik, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle. The Skalitz folk have made camp in front of it.
mi si è chiesto questo qua, perché è ancora
How did you
acceso?
get away from those Cumans?
I thought I was finished.
Ma di
But
nuovo,
I grabbed a dagger from one of them and... Wait. How do you know what happened to me?
I don't. That's why I asked how you fled from Skalitz.
No. You said with those humans. Did you see what
vabbè, ma l'avevo già
happened
fatto questo
there?
discorso qua.
I fled from the castle.
I understand.
No, but I wanted...
You don't need to say any more.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure you are.
Ok, vediamo il discorso su scarica.
I won't trouble you anymore. Let's leave it be.
Su. Oh, sta pala non si trova, Cioè, vediamo se c'è qualche dialogo nuovo oppure no.
Where can I find a shovel? There's one right outside, leaning against the cart.
Appoggiato al carro, ok. Io non vedo vanghe.
Hey!
Ah, va là, hey. Ma voi vedete la vanga qua. E lì fuori appoggiata al carro. Io non vedo vanghe, ragazzi. Forse sono io quello un po'... Ma... Io sarò ciecato, ma non ne vedo proprio di vanghe, ragazzi. Non ci siano altri carri, ma io non vedo neanche altri carri. No. Qui c'è la ruota. Cosa devo fare? Allora andiamo a Ratte, basta che sono stufato. Andiamo sul cavallo. No, non sul cavallo. Vediamo se di qua di là Ratti. Andare qua a sinistra. Ok, andiamo, dai. Bella questa casa. Sto a piedi devo fare non ho neanche un straccio di cavallo. Ok, devo andare a sinistra, vediamo cosa mi succede. Vediamo un po', siamo arrivati qui a Ratti, credo. Accampamento. Ok, vediamo cosa si succede a Ratti, o come si chiama. Ratti è buono, dai, non è male.
That be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul, it is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Rattay. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
Ah, ci fanno passare così. Beh, carino, dai, qua. Ci naviamo un po'. Sono già arrivato.
Your Graces,
sì.
I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit.
Ecco.
Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Pilchstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honored. Pechstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order?
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Townburg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Rattay. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well, believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything, Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, Father. He's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't it disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear. You're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes.
Okay.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
Direi che per questa puntata ci fermiamo qua. Mi sembra che sia durata abbastanza. Non abbiamo fatto la missione secondaria alla fine di andare a rispedire il cadavere e rubare l'anello per il mugnaio. Vedremo poi di farla dopo eventualmente. Abbiamo invece proseguito la missione principale, cioè arrivare nel castello per trovare Radic. Ok, siamo riusciti a entrare nelle sue grazie, tra virgolette, quindi adesso ci dovremo addestrare e entrare insieme alle guardie che insieme al balivo. Quindi direi a questo punto ci vediamo alla prossima puntata. Mi raccomando, mettete like se vi è piaciuto, condividete se potete e ci vediamo alla prossima puntata. Ciao a tutti ragazzi.